Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are busting another dumbass narrative that's been floating around the boxing streets. A favorite talking point of the Benavidez haters. David committed the unforgivable sin of not unifying at 168 after spending a decade there. Let's break this down and see if there's any actual merit or if it's just another pile of baseless nonsense from desperate clowns. Speaking of clowns, let me turn it over to our good friend of the channel for a bit of a refresher.
I can't look at none of that. I can't look at a guy. How could you be in a division for 10 years and you never unified? It doesn't get said enough. It doesn't get put in perspective. They're like, yo, dog, he was literally at super middleweight for 10 years. That's a long time. You understand that? He was there in perspective. He was there when Badu Jack was there. When
Wow.
James
That's crazy.
was
Mr. Ring IQ, I'm glad you mentioned perspective because I love perspective. So let me give everyone the real perspective. Yes, David has spent 10 years in the division, but that's only half the truth. The real cutoff point to unify was 2020, when Canelo entered the division and slammed the door shut. From that moment on, every other champion lined up for a Canelo payday. And once Canelo scooped up the belts, he ducked David and gave him no shot to unify. It takes a special kind of idiot to criticize David for not unifying at 168 in full knowledge he spent his prime years being shut out by bitch boy Canelo. So realistically, David only had a 3-year window to unify, which ended when he was just 23 years old with 23 fights. Out of that, he only actually held a belt for 18 months. That's nothing. Yet he's condemned as if he had endless years to work with. And here's the kicker. Other fighters had far longer and never get criticized for it. Let's check the receipts. How long did it take Canelo to unify at 154? Oh, that's right. He never did. Austin Trout never had the real belt. That wasn't a genuine unification. 6 years in the division, never unified once. Crickets, nobody mentions it. Sure, he unified 168 fast, but that's because he had the leverage of being the face of boxing, which is not comparable to David, who was just a young kid without any clout. Dimitri Bivol, a champion for 7 years at 175 before he finally unified. Where's the outrage? Oh, right, doesn't exist. Golovkin took a full decade and 34 fights before he unified at age 33. Meanwhile, David's shamed for not doing it by 23. Pacquiao, one of the greatest ever, never unified in his entire career, ever, yet he's a legend, not a target. See the pattern, ladies and gentlemen? The failure to unify angle is not a real criticism. It's a lazy, disingenuous, hypocritical, dumbass talking point dug up only because haters have nothing else left. So next time you see someone spouting that nonsense, just know you're looking at an ignorant hater waving their clown flag for all to see. And remember, folks, we don't hate, we educate.